Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsey. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting below. If you want to see more of my videos, press the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. If you need any Stampin' Up! Products to make this card, you can visit my online store, and the link is in the description below. When you purchase Stampin' Up! Products through me, you can earn free products. Check out my current customer appreciation products on my blog. The link is listed below. Today, I'd like to share with you this fun and unique alternative card using some of the products from the February 2021 Bouquet of Hope paper pumpkin kit. This kit is really fun, and it included all these products and supplies you needed to create these 3 cards, and you can make 3 of each. And so what I've done is taken those products and have created alternative ideas. If you're interested in seeing more of my alternative ideas or seeing what came in this box, you can visit my playlist, and I'll link it up here in the top right corner. So today's card is all about the scraps. So I just used a lot of the scrap pieces that were left over from my previous alternative projects and created this fun geometric and bold card. And I just love how all those colors come together. So let's go ahead and start making it now. Adventure awaits in next month's paper pumpkin kit. Here's to you. This kit includes 8 cards, 4 each of 2 designs, plus an added surprise worth celebrating, a set of 4 spectacular stencils, and a Stampin' Sponge. Don't miss it. Subscribe by March 10th using the link below. So I have gathered up a bunch of my scraps from my past alternative projects, and we're going to be making this card with them. So we're going to start with one of the Just Jade card bases. It's half of that card base, so it's been cut to 4 1/4 and it's 5.5 inches. And then I have the 3 triangle pieces from the envelopes. And what we're going to do is we're going to trim down on these lines to remove the white. And so just kind of eyeball it and remove all the white from the edges. And they're not at a perfect 90 degrees. And so that was a little bit of a challenge when designing the card. But I think in the end it turned out really cute. And there's lots of fun options and different ways that you can use these triangles. Okay. So now that that part is done, let's go ahead and arrange our triangles. And you can do this in a lot of different ways. You could place them on the ends like this, and then have, you know, that center piece. So it could be something like that. And that's what you can see, that they don't fit perfectly together on that card. So you can't exactly like bring them together to match up. So you can either offset them slightly. That's kind of a fun idea right there. Maybe that's what we'll do for this card here. Let me show you what I did here for this one. Is I started with the yellow and just kind of placed it so that the center point, or this top point, was in the center. And then I brought this one down and offset it slightly, and then did the same here. So there was a little bit of a square in the center. It's kind of like a pinwheel shape. So if I had a 4th one, I could add it here and create that pinwheel look. And so I thought that was pretty cute. And with the hello kind of over that space, it kind of hid that little opening. But let's go back to, now I forgot what that was. Let's go back to something more like this. So a little more using that Just Jade piece to kind of separate all those triangles. So something like that. That looks really fun to me. And so that's the fun thing about using scraps, is that every time you use them, you can just be a little bit different and create some really fun and unique cards. So what I'm doing is I want to make sure I am placing this Mossy Meadow one in the center, but then making sure that that is covered, that edge of the Just Jade. And then I'll do the same here. A little bit of adhesive in the center, and then placing that tip, and then the same with the Rococo rose. Adding the tip to the center, and then letting those pieces hang off. So now we're going to take and bring back our paper trimmer, and we're going to trim these edges just slightly. So we're going to remove about 1/16 of an inch on all sides, just to make sure that those pieces are all, let's start with this one because there's not as much, just so they're all nice and even. So I'm coming to 4 1/4 and then removing 1/16 of an inch there. And that will just make everything nice and even all the way around. So then 5 1/2 and remove 1/16. And then now I'm going to 4 1/8. And then 5 3/8. And so now you just have a nice piece with nice clean lines all the way around. And we can now add this to our card base. And it's again just a basic thick white card base, and we're adding it right to the middle with some adhesive, and there'll be just a tiny little border all the way around. And you can choose which way you want it to go. I kind of like that Mossy Meadow up at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I have a good border all the way around and add that to that card base. Okay, so now for our focal point. So I really wanted this to be a nice, bold greeting, and then use a fun flower image. And so you really could use any dies that you have to create this focal point. So to start with, I have a label from the Tasteful Label dies, and I'm going to run that through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I also have some flowers from the Pierced Blooms dies, and they're new in the January through June mini catalog, and you can see how it creates this really fun piercing all the way around. So that's going to be cut out in Rococo Rose, and I do have a little center piece that's already been cut. I have already cut from Mossy Meadow with the word friend, and this is from the Well Written dies. I really love those dies. They just have a really fun font, and the words are just really easy to use on a lot of projects. And I've added some of the foam adhesive sheets to the back of the paper before punching it out to give it some dimension, and I'll show you how to do that with some of these other dies. So then I also have a leaf, and this is also from the Pierced Bloom dies. You can see that cute piercing there, and that's in Mossy Meadow. And then I have a piece of Bumblebee Cardstock, and I have cut out, it's just a scrap piece of paper that I can cut all these cute letters from the Playful Alphabet dies, and use the word hello. That's what I'm looking for. So you can see here that I've got just a little extra space for another L, and I then just cut out the same shape from the foam adhesive sheets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove one side from this sheet and add the Bumblebee Cardstock to that side. And then I can place my dies and run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then it will cut it out with that foam behind it. And it's so easy to stick it down onto my project. So I'm going to go ahead and run all these things through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've gone ahead and cut all those things out, and I've grabbed my silicone craft sheet. And I'm just going to share with you a quick little tip with that. But before I do that, I do want to do a fun technique on my label. And so this is going to help create this fun bevel look to my label. And I have shared this on my channel before. So I'm going to take my Take a Pick tool and remove the pointy end and add one of the stylus, either the large or the small. And I'm going to, inside the label, find the edge of that die and then rub my stylus all the way around until I have this fun beveled edge. So I'm doing this from the back side, I forgot to mention. So this is the front, this is the back, and so then when I remove it, you can see that really fun beveled edge all the way around. So now that's ready for us to add our die cut letters. So the nice thing about this silicone craft sheet is it's see-through. And so what I like to do is take my letters and remove the paper backing on the back, and then I can line up those letters with the grid paper. And so I'm just finding one of my lines on the grid paper and adding these right to that. It's going to help me make sure everything's nice and straight, as well as give me good spacing between each one. Little shift right there, so just line it back up. And then I don't have to guess, as I'm putting these on my project, if they're going to be straight or not, or if it's in the center, because now I know that my hello is this wide, and then I pick it up with some washi tape. So I'm just going to add some washi tape to the top, and then I'm just carefully lifting all those up together, and then you can see that they're all held together on that washi tape. Now I can bring my label over and center those words right there near the, as high as I can go in the center of that label. And then just carefully remove washi tape so that you don't accidentally tear any of that cardstock on the top. And that hello is now on my label nice and straight. And we can do the same thing with this friend, because when you pull these little dies out of the metal die cut, sometimes it warps them slightly. So I'm just going to bring this letter down right along that edge. I'm going to pick up this cute little dot. Whoop, don't have my pointy end. So pick up this dot and place it right over the eye where I want it. And then again, grab that washi tape, place it over the friend, and pick everything up together, and you can see how it pulls up the eye. And then you can lay this where you want it. So I want it to kind of start right between the H and the E, and press that all down, and then carefully remove the washi tape. And so that's just a really quick and easy technique on how to get your letters straight. So now we can add this to our card. And because of that bevel, I want to add it with some dimensionals just so it doesn't get flattened and we lose that bevel look. So just a couple dimensionals on each side, and then place it. You can either center it if you want, but I'm going to place it kind of up on the left side of center. And then we're going to take our flower die cuts, and with a bone folder you can just add a little more depth to them just by rolling them around that bone folder. It's kind of hard to do with the smaller ones, but still possible. And then grab your glue dots and place one behind the small flower, And you're just going to layer that in the center of the large flower, and then add another glue dot. Then place that here in the bottom right corner of the greeting, and use this cute little leaf with some glue dots. And we're just going to tuck this under our flower on one side, just like that. And then last, we're going to add some of the black sequins. I'm going to take a large one and put it inside this flower, and then let's do a large and a small up here in the top left corner. And our card's all done. I just love how this fun, bold alternative to the paper pumpkin kit comes together really quickly and easily with just a couple extra supplies. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun card today. If you're interested in getting your own paper pumpkin subscription, you can click on the link for more information, and that can be found in the description box below. To see written instructions and close-up images of this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.